Let's play Mage Knight on Tabletop Simulator. I'll be playing the solo Conquest scenario as Wolfhawk and will be using the highly scripted version developed by Tough Luck on the Steam Workshop. This is the third part of this series. You can find a playlist of all the videos in the description. When I stopped last time, I had just reached 35 fame and leveled up to take a new action card and a skill token. I still have not encountered a city, but I was able to explore the first quartile. This added 2 advanced units in the offer this round, the Catapult and the Alta Mages. I've got pretty rough terrain in front of me at the moment which might bog me down. I'll need to deal with the Mage Tower right in front of me, but first I would like to take advantage of my starting position and hire the Catapult. Luckily I started on my keep, which will also increase my hand size from 6 to 8 for this turn. Alright, let's get started. I do have Promise in my hand to generate some influence. I also have the option of spending my items for 3 influence each during an interaction. It looks like I'll be able to recruit the Catapult on the first turn after all. First things first, I need to choose a new tactic for the round. When my deck runs out, Long Night will let me take 3 random cards from my discard pile and place them back on my deck. If I can't finish my deck before the end of round is called, then I won't be able to use this ability. The dummy player has been kinda slow, so I might be able to get to that. Aw man, so that's not good. The dummy player takes from the dusk, so he will have the first turn and a head start. Not only that, the last card it drew was white, so he will draw 4 more. This is shaping to be a quick round, unfortunately. Okay, let's forget about that and stick to our plan. I'll play Promise for some influence. Now let's see, should I power it up? I think I will power it up with my crystal for 4 influence. I will also use my 2 items for 6 more influence. So that's a total of 10. I normally only need 9 to recruit the Catapult, but since my reputation is at -1, I'll need all 10 generated. Good, now I have a full house for now. I'll also play Tranquility to heal the wind from my hand. That's it for now. Let's end the turn. I have 5 cards in my hand. Since I'm still on the keep, I'll draw 3 more. Oh no, another white card. This is terrible. The dummy player only has 5 cards left in his deck and I'm barely starting. I better get going. I think I've got no choice now. I need to take out those sorcerers and keep pushing forward. The tower is on top of a swamp. I'll need 5 movement points to get there. I'll power up Tirelessness for 4 points. I'll play Crystallize Sideways for the other point. Okay, so now Wolfhawk can move to the keep and challenge the sorcerers. They have a normal attack of 6 with assassination and poison. Their armor is 6 with arcane immunity. That's a lot to deal with. But I have a Horn of Wrath in my hand. It can only siege 5, but this is where my new skill, Deadly Aim, will be useful. I'll use it to add 1 to my siege attack for a total of 6. That's enough to take them out, but I'll have to roll to see if I get hurt. It's green, so no injury. Let's end the turn then. Now that I have taken over the Mage Tower, I can claim another spell from the offer. Meditation and Trance lets you take cards from the discard pile and add them back to your deck. This used at the right time with other good cards can be extremely powerful, but it requires a bit of planning. Mana Bolt can give me loads of attack and is flexible in the type, but it requires extra mana to make it work. I feel I'm not generating enough to take advantage of this card. Although Fireball only provides its ranged attack, if I use the more powerful spell, Firestorm, I can generate 8 siege with the fire element. I think I can make this card work. Let's claim it. I moved onto the tower, but I am still adjacent to the keep, so my hand size is still 8 for this new turn. Okay, so I'll have this turn in 2 more. I still have 12 cards in my deck. Let's see if I can make the most out of them. There's a swamp dragon right next to me. I can challenge it to gain 7 fame. That would put me at 1 fame from leveling up again, this time for a command token. I think I have enough firepower in my hand to try and take it out in the range phase. Oh man, something I should have done last turn was to use my healing skill to remove the wind from my hand. I could have drawn another card at the end of my last turn. I'll go ahead and use it now. It'll also give me a white crystal. I'll add it to my inventory. I'm a little hesitant about taking on the dragon as I feel I wouldn't spend enough cards this turn to take advantage of my deck. Not sure. I think it doesn't matter. The 7 fame and a boost of 2 to my reputation is well worth it. Alright then, let's challenge the dragon. This is going to be a quick battle. I'll use a stronger Firestorm from my brand new spell to generate 8 siege. But to do so I'll need to spend red and black mana. Mana draw will let me use 2 mana die from the source this turn. With the red and black die, I can power my spell, which I'll boost to 9 siege with my deadly aim skill. Oh yeah, but using the spell will add 1 win card to my hand. That's it, 9 siege is enough to bring down the dragon and end the fight. So let's move on to the next turn. I'm still next to the keep, so I draw it back up to 8 cards. The dummy player is out of cards. I really need to make the most out of my last 2 turns. I have 2 choices. I can go up through the forest and explore the next terrain tile, or I can move through the desert to take the last mage tower. I think the safest bet is to move up and see what I find, but let's check the spell offer real quick just to make sure. Okay, so I already know about Mana Bolt and Meditation. The new card is Mist Form and Veil of Mist. The top part is really good for movement. It makes the movement cost of all terrains too. It even lets the character traverse lakes, but prohibits movement onto hills. The stronger spell grants every unit I control all 3 resistances. This would help immensely to deal with enemy attacks. I really like this card, but I don't think it merits deviating from my goal of finding the cities. Who knows, I might be able to grab it later on if I still need it. Okay, let's generate movement to traverse the forest. I'll use green mana from the source to power up March for 4 movement. Remember, I also have the familiars that can provide me with a lot of movement thanks to the white crystal I spent on them. I'll use them for 5 more movement points. I'll use 3 to move onto the forest and 2 more to explore the tile, so I'll have 4 to keep on moving afterwards. Oh no. Disaster, guys. I was really not expecting that. The good news is that I found the blue city The bad news is that I am completely blocked off by the lakes. I've got to rethink my strategy here. I can go around through the shrine on the right, or I can think about going back to the Mage Tower to learn Mist Form. That would allow me to pass through the lakes. I still have the 4 movement points. The swamps will cost me 5 and passing through the desert during the night will only cost 3. With improvisation I could generate another 3 points if I don't power it up. I'm short 1 point to reach the desert. I'd hate to do it, but I can even use swiftness for another 2. Okay, so let's use improvisation then. I'll discard determination to make it work. You know what? I think this might be a good time to use my motivation skill. I'm having a hard time deciding what to do, and drawing 2 more cards might help me. It's an okay draw. I'll use Threaten sideways. But first I need to increase my fame. I'll do that before I forget. So my character is actually going to level up because of the increase. I'll get a new command token at the end of my turn. Now I resume playing Threaten sideways for 1 more movement point. With the 8 points, Wolfhawk will move to the desert right next to the tower. The garrison will reveal since it is nighttime. I know it's risky, but I think I will assault the tower this turn. I will need 3 movement points since it's on a desert. I'll play Swift Reflexes for 2 points, and let's see. Okay, let's see. I think it'll be better if I don't attack the tower this turn. I forgot I'll be next to my keep, which will let me draw 2 more cards. And I could use the mana from the source next turn to power dodge and weave, or some other card. Yeah, let's take it back. What a waste, I still have 8 cards in my deck, and I won't even be able to use my Tactics special effect. It is what it is. Let's end the turn and make the most of what I've got for the last one. I get stamina and the cure spell. I use stamina to move too. Dodge and weave might come in handy. Let's use Swift Reflexes instead for the other point I need. That's enough points to move onto the Mage Tower. The enemy token should have been sent to my player mapped by the script. That's strange. I'm not sure what is going on. I hope it doesn't crash on me. It's not working. Let's see if I flip it around, if that helps. No, I'm not sure. Oh, I see. I forgot to process the dummy player's turn. He'll call for end around. Okay, that did it. Sorry about that, everyone. I encounter some magic familiars defending the tower. They've got 2 small attacks, but are brutal. That means they'll do double damage if I don't block them. They've got 7 armor and can never be fortified. And of course, when I use my range attack card for movement, I get the unfortified enemy. Just my luck. I could have sniped them out of the air using my catapult and swift reflexes. But it's okay. I've got plenty of cards in my hand, and it's the last turn anyways. So let's deal with them and earn the spell. The guardsman will completely block one of the attacks. I'll use a stronger effect to dodge and weave using the white mana from the source. This will allow me to reduce the other attack to 0, and since I didn't receive any wounds in the block phase, I get a bonus to attack. I'll use counterattack for 2 attack, and since I completely blocked the familiars, the card also provides an additional 2. So, I have 6 so far. Now, I need 2 more, which I'll get from Blood Rage. It doesn't really matter as the round is over, but I actually don't need to play an additional card since my skill, Deadly Aim, provides 2 more attack. So that's 8 attack in total, more than enough to bring down the magic familiars and take over the tower. I'm ready to end the turn. The dummy player really pushed me this round. I still had plenty of cards, and didn't get to use my brand new catapult, but the terrain didn't help either. Let's claim what we came here for. I'll take Misform as my reward for conquering the Mage Tower. Hopefully, this will let me traverse the terrain quicker next round. I'll end this video here, but before that, let's set up the next round. The first thing I need to do is pay the familiars their mana. I only have a white mana crystal, but that's okay. The extra movement will be welcome this round. I'm sitting at 53 fame at the moment, and my reputation is at -1. I really walked backwards a lot, but the good news is I drew Misform with my starting hand. This will make things easier for me, especially since there is blue mana in the source. I can generate plenty of movement points too. I might be able to assault that city early in the round. Okay, and finally, let's take a look at the card offer. The Delphina Masters are an excellent unit. They are difficult to persuade, and can be recruited only in a city. If I manage to conquer the Blue City, I might want to convince them to join me. There's another Udum Guardsman, which worked really well for me. And last, but not least, the Red Heroes. They are strong, but it takes influence points to activate them when assaulting a site. This makes them a little bit clunky for me. Nevertheless, they can be a powerful addition. Alright, so that's it for this part. I'll start the next one by picking a new day tactic. My new spell will make getting through the lakes possible, cutting down our travel time to the city, which means I'll very likely be able to challenge its garrison early in the round. It's going to be fierce, since I'll have to deal with 1 white, 2 violet, and 1 gray enemy. If you've made it this far, I hope you've been enjoying this series. Let me know what you think about my tactics and if you would have done something differently. Also, if you find any mistakes, let me know so I can make a note of it in the description. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.